from PRX.
All right, everybody, it's time to talk about tonight's sponsor, Helix Sleep. And if you listen to the show, you already know how important a good night's sleep is, right? How it sets you up to have a better day. But I can tell you what, like your mattress plays a big part in that, right? Being comfortable, having a mattress that fits how you sleep, your feel preferences, what positions you like to sleep in, especially with the changing of the seasons. That's what I love about my Helix. I took the Helix quiz. I got matched with the right mattress because I don't like to be hot. I don't like to be stuffy. I sleep on my side. I sleep on my stomach, and my current Helix is a huge upgrade from the mattress I was temporarily sleeping on. So think about what you're sleeping on now, and then take the Helix quiz. See what mattress you get matched with. You could take it at helixsleep.com/sleep. It'll match you with the perfect mattress based on your personal preferences and sleep needs. It makes buying a mattress easy, and that Helix mattress will be delivered right to your door with free shipping in the U.S. You can rest easy with seamless returns and exchanges. And the Happy with Helix guarantee offers a risk-free, customer-first experience designed to ensure you're completely satisfied with your new mattress. There's a 120-night sleep trial, and a study they ran found that 82% of those involved saw an increase in their deep sleep cycle while sleeping on a Helix mattress. So get over there. Go to helixsleep.com/sleep to see the latest offer for Sleep With Me listeners. That's helixsleep.com/sleep for current offers. Make sure you enter our show name after checkout so they know we sent you. helixsleep.com/sleep. Thanks, everybody. Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for Sleep With Me. The podcast that's not just here to put you to sleep, but to bring you sleepy joy and delight in the deep, dark nights. Don't worry, rhyming for the rest of the show will be at a minimum. While I may contemplate what might rhyme, my rhyming skills go down. My rhyming skills go downhill, down here from hill, or downhill from here. So you're welcome, by the way, whether you're coming back for your 1,000th, 2,000, 3, 4, 5,000th time, or you're brand new. I'm glad you're here. And my goal is to be here for you in the deep, dark night for at least the next hour, to keep you company and take your mind off of stuff and hang out with you so you could fall asleep. Maybe I'll put you to sleep, or maybe we'll just hang out together and I'll bring you some ease and comfort. But whatever it is, this show's a bit different. I'm glad you're here. It does take some getting used to if you're new, so give it a few tries. I'll explain a lot more in the intro coming up. And yeah, structure show, we've got some support, and then a long meandering intro to ease you into bedtime. And then tonight it'll be our, it's a somewhat of a TV recap show, but it's also about dreams and like, it's still forming what it is, but in a good way, called A Succession of Restful Developments. So I'm glad you're here, and if you're new, if you're only listening once in a while, if you're not in a position to support the show or you choose not to, don't worry. But if you're not in those categories, you're in one of those categories, you listen to the show a lot, it makes your life a lot better. If you could consider supporting one of these sponsors or supporting the show, that's how we're able to be here for you and for everybody else. And we'll all appreciate it. Thanks. All right, everybody, it's time to talk about tonight's sponsor, AquaTrue. And the thing is, I'm an AquaTrue customer. I moved across the country with my AquaTrue Carafe, and now I'm living part-time in central New York where I moved, and I'm working on my dad's cabin up on Lake Terry. So I needed a second AquaTrue Carafe, and it is on the way. Because no matter where I'm living, 3 out of 4 homes in the U.S. Have water you don't want you or your family or your pets to be drinking. And even though the water might look clear, we all know that it's not. And you have those plastic pitchers you could put in your fridge, and they don't even remove most of the stuff you don't want in your water. And that's why I'm now the proud owner of 2 AquaTrue carafes because AquaTrue is the countertop water purifier tested and certified to remove 84 contaminants. That includes chlorine, lead, microplastics, PFASs. It has a patented 4-stage reverse osmosis system that goes way beyond ordinary filters. For that pure, healthy water you could trust. No plumbing, no installation, whether it's my coffee or it's just that sweet, sweet cold water. It's in my water bottle, and at night it's at my bedside. So you could join me and 98% of AquaTrue customers who say their drinking water is cleaner, safer, and healthier. So wait, what are you waiting for? Talk about peace of mind. Talk about ease of use. The AquaTrue carafe just sits right on my counter. So head to aquatrue.com now and get 20% off your water purifier using the promo code SLEEP. AquaTrue even comes with a 30-day best tasting water guarantee or your money back. Take the guesswork out of pure, great tasting water with this exclusive podcast only offer at aquatrue.com. That's AQUATRU.com and use that promo code SLEEP, SLEEP. Thanks, everybody. Hey, everybody, this is Scoots, and this is a quick, very, very important message. I'm trying to say it as clear and as energetically as possible. If you fall asleep fast, like you're going to fall asleep in the next 5 or 10 minutes, I really need your attention right now. Because if you fall asleep before the intro is over, like you get in bed, you start the show, and something just is able to help you drift off. I don't know what it is either about the podcast that does it for you, but it sounds like it does it. Maybe it's permission to not try to fall asleep. Maybe it's permission to let go of something. Thoughts, feelings, physical sensations. Maybe it's just knowing your boyfriend's there for you. But here's the thing. If you fall asleep fast, the podcast works for you a little too well because there is no way for us to support the show and keep it coming out for Fall Asleep Fast listeners because the sponsors don't cover it, and most Fall Asleep Fast listeners never hear the messages for support either. So that means if you're listening to me right now and you fall asleep fast and you rely on this podcast, you'd miss falling asleep fast to it if it was gone. We really do need your support. 2 ways. Surprised by Scoot spreading the word about the show or supporting the podcast directly. And if you've heard me asking over and over again, he said, yeah, I'm going to support the show, but I keep falling asleep so fast. I need you to make the connection that supporting the show right now, tonight, when you're the only person hearing me and paying attention that falls asleep fast, that's a fact. You are the only person paying attention to me right now. So you supporting the show tonight by spreading the word about the podcast or by supporting it directly will make all the difference. But I need you to do it tonight because the show is so effective. It's in a really tough spot right now. And if the show works that well for you, isn't it worth paying for? Isn't it worth the good feeling that you could count on the show and you know it'll be there? Like something you could really feel good about because it matters to you, right? And if that's the fact for you and you can, go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Sign up and support the show tonight at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Oh, Mystery Bart, a lot of people help out on the show. Who are they?
Chris Posty Poster Son sounds like an earful. Wrote the theme song. Carl W. the Legend. Also edits episodes. Ashley, Kenny, Scotty, Jennifer. Runner. Eric and the team at Astound are on the website. I am the Mystery Bard. I do the lullabies, yeah. I do commissions at jonathanmann.net. I'll write a song for you. Any reason at all. You can tell me the story and I'll make it personal. You see the kindness shine straight on through when the listeners form their own Facebook group. Keith, Stacy, Sarah, Julie, and Jennifer. These are your moderators. Get support dear Scooter on Patreon. Buy the merch and support the sponsors. You can find anything you want at sleepwithmepodcast.com. And we're so proud that we could dance. Rusty Biscuit, Lois, Anna like banana. Leah does the transcript.
Thanks, Mystery Bard. And if you listen to Sleep With Me all night long, you fall asleep fast during the intro, you listen 5, 6, 7 episodes a week, you've been listening over 3 years. You know, we designed Sleep With Me Plus with listeners like that in mind. There's versions of the podcast built specifically for those styles of listening on Sleep With Me Plus. Ad-free full episodes, story-only episodes, audiobook-style compilations, all intro episodes. And you can get all that at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Then you can fall asleep faster, listen all night long. And not only do you get the peace of mind from the show, you get the peace of mind the podcast will be there for you and for everybody else that needs it. And you could sign up and check it out with a 7-day free trial. You could get it free by being surprised by Scoots. And when I say this next part, you'll know because it's because of your support. So what do you say? Because of your support, we get on with the show. Hey, are you up all night tossing, turning, mind racing, trouble, getting to sleep, trouble staying asleep? Well, welcome. This is Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. We do it with a bedtime story. All you need to do is get in bed, turn out the lights, and press play. I'm going to do the rest. What I'm going to attempt to do is create a safe place where you could set aside whatever's keeping you awake. It could be thoughts on your mind, things you're thinking about, thoughts about the past, the present, the future, thoughts about people, places, things, stuff. Or thoughts. It could be feelings, anything coming up for you emotionally related to those thoughts or feelings that are there. Feelings, oh boy. Or it could be physical sensations, changes in time, temperature, routine. You could be going through something, getting over something, in the middle of something, anticipating, traveling, having guests. Sometimes I don't know what's harder, guesting or, for me, I don't mean in general, like being a guest or having guests. Now, I would be like a secondary host if we have guests where I live. So I don't feel a lot, I guess I do feel, family, okay, so there's family guests, then there's guests of people you know that aren't family. So I'd say family is, in my current situation, because it's technically my brother's house, or whatever, I don't want to get into the technical part, but when family comes, I feel low pressure. I do prepare and everything. I prepare some hosting things. Oh, what? Folded towels. I used to try to prepare travel soaps from hotels or leftovers from that I normally would save for building hygiene kits when I go to a hotel, and I keep a bar of soap that's still in a wrapper. But I don't have any of those. I have one, but thus far none of the guests have opened it anyway. So, my thing is being hosted is really hard for me. I think because maybe I'm out of my element here because there's expectations. You know, you're not at home. You're kind of on someone else's routine. And it involves, for me, a lot of thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations. So it could be something like that. Changes in time, temperature, routine. Those are all things when you're a guest. I wonder how I do at the castle from Beauty and our furry friend. Because I'd say, well, okay. I guess I would be the perfect candidate if they're doing some sort of rehearsals. Because she says, Angela Lansbury as Mrs. Potts or Miss Potts famously says, be our guest, put our magic to the test. Oh, but technically she says, bring a heart that's full of wonder, I think. I see. Well, no, I think my heart's not full of wonder, but I do have some wonder within me. I Wawa wonder, but I do have some wonder within me. I don't think my heart's overflowing with wonder, like in the way you're talking about in the song. So does that disqualify me from putting your magic to the test? That also might not be a song from the movie or the musical. There was also a commercial in the 90s that used a rewritten version of that song to promote the Vacation Kingdom. But I could definitely, if you're willing, if this wasn't a totally fictional thing that's also dated, And, I mean, the movie did come out twice, and I enjoyed both versions. They say, okay, and it's a musical. I'm sure it's still a touring musical. I'm sure it's still put on by, I don't see why I'm defending myself against defending myself about, is this a thought exercise? I don't even know. It's supposed to be the very beginning of a podcast, but I'm just wondering. I am wondering. So I have a heart full of more than one kind of wonder. Could that count as full of wonder? Does it technically have to be one kind of wonder only? And by the way, I do think you're wonderful, Angela Lansbury, and Mrs. Potts, Chip, of course. Also the feather duster. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you would like, what was I saying? I just wonder if I could put it to the test, because I would be a challenging. I guess I don't know the metrics. I also don't know the metrics. You're putting your magic to the test, right? So those other things we'd have to clear up. I guess maybe we should change this intro and just do this as an episode. Because this does feel like I got to move on, but I still have a lot of, I think this could, I don't know what the episode would be, but yeah, so I guess maybe this will be a Trending Tuesday episode where I try to figure out, being a guest, because it's not easy. I guess that's all, as Kermit once said, it's not easy being green. It's also not easy being a guest. At a hotel, it's a little bit different. It's not easy there either. But I'm talking about in a home, which technically that castle was the home of our furry friend. So, okay. So, by the way, welcome to Sleep With Me. I go through some of the reasons you might not be able to sleep. That's what I did about 5 minutes ago before I went off topic. So you get the sense you're not alone. It would be great. I mean, I do have a fan fiction fantasy machine, which allows me to, explore fictional worlds occasionally. But unfortunately, it only has one seat, and the seat barely works. Otherwise, it'd take everybody along. It'd be great. Everybody come. We'll show up at this castle. Oh, we're not. Okay. Well, she said, I believe that. I don't know if that was Chip playing a joke on me. He said we may not be invited. Well, I'd like to put it out there, if you'd like to invite me and every listener of Sleep With Me that would like to partake, might be pretty nice. Because the thing is that this show is a little bit like, I don't know, the cozy, there's not a lot of cozy castles out there. That's the title of the episode, though, Cozy Castle. I better text myself that while we're here. So the reason I run through what might be keeping you awake is so you get a sense you're not alone in the deep, dark night. Whatever it is that's keeping you awake, I can at least relate to, I think I can at least relate to some of the feelings, or I know what it's like for me. Maybe we could agree on this. I know for me it's not very pleasant when I can't get the sleep I need. So if it's not pleasant for you, I really feel for you. And that's why I make the show. To try to help out. But the good news is, even if you're like, there's no way you can understand what it's like for me in sleep or understand what brought you here. The good news is that there's enough people listening right now that there's someone listening somewhere in the world who can really, in a good way, in an indirect way, see where you're at, and they're welcoming you. They've been someplace very similar. And I guess it's weird to say that they're validating where you're coming from. Like they're saying, yeah, I've been someplace like that. And they're rooting for you. They're a regular listener, or maybe somebody listens from time to time and they know about this part of the show. This is the real magic of the show. And it is like you get to be our guest here. I didn't realize that I could wrap this metaphor around, but this is the magic of the show. And you could try it out and see how it goes, because like no testing, because that's kind of like too many expectations, right? Or feels too performative. But you could try it out, because there's listeners, whether they've been in a similar situation to whatever brought you here, or they had a similar experience, or, you know, over our lifetimes have had a similar experience in relationship with sleep. And there's people coming from totally different places, and they're all rooting for you right now. They're thinking of you fondly, and they're sending you this kind of sleepy vibe across the deep, dark night. They're in their bed, they're doing their wind down, and they're feeling cozy wherever they are. And they're thinking of you. They're sending you well wishes. They're rooting for you. And the nice thing is, you know, whether the show works out for you or not, I'll tell you other options down in a few minutes. But, you know, if you stick around and the show does help you out, then you could be on the receiving and the giving end of that. And that's really where the magic of the show, of being our guest. And I think there's a story about that Angela Lansbury did that song, or all her songs, in one take after flying across the country and going straight from the airport to the recording session. When they, like, and I think she had been working on something else, like, and they were like, oh, she's like, no, this is the day, have it, let's do it. And she was like this total pro, but she also just laid it down because there's something magical there too, maybe, like she meant it, or she was, I don't know. I guess maybe I'm whatever, you know, fan fictioning it, and that doesn't need to take away from the magic that's here with this show, which is, I don't know, we're giving and receiving at the same time in an indirect way, which is usually what works best for a lot of us. You know, we don't want that shining right on us. So it's a nice diffuse light. So that's why I run through what could be keeping you awake is so that you could feel welcome if you want to. You don't even need to feel welcome. Like I said, I just said overanalyze that song. And I said, I may not be welcome to be their guest and put their magic to the test. But I think I could talk. I mean, I think I've talked my way into it, and it's also, you know, it's all going on in my imagination anyway. So I'll find a way in there. So that's all what I mean when I'm glad you're here, because you deserve a bedtime where you could get the rest you need, so your life is more manageable tomorrow. You deserve a bedtime you don't have to dread, that you could look forward to, or at least feel neutral about. And that ideally you're in a place where you are getting the rest you need on a regular basis, and you could be out there in the world flourishing. You could have a heart, maybe even one day I'll have a heart I'll say, you know what? Woke up today, my heart was full of wonder. And then somebody said, wow, wonder? And I said, well, a little bit, but more of that Lansbury wonder. Not the Cabot Cove. No, not the, that's another kind of wondering. No, the Cabot Cove wonder. So I wonder what happened here. Okay, but I wonder when this guy's going to get on with his sleep podcast. So I hope, I could help you at least get some rest or some relief. But if I can help you flourish on a regular basis or lead you in that direction, that means our world's a better place with you in it flourishing. And that's important to me. Now, the way the show works is I send my voice across the deep, dark night. I use lulling, soothing, creaky, dulcet tones, pointless meanders, and superfluous tangents. So it means I go off topic, which we've seen pretty, like those are pointless meanders and superfluous tangents. I get mixed up. Then I get caught up in something, which my brain is still, like, it's like I'm walking around that place being like, Chip, could I talk to you for a minute? Chip, were you, when you were brought into existence, did you have a heart full of wonder? I'm a teacup. No, Chip, I'm a teacup. No, Chip, I need to know, did you take classes to have a heart full of wonder? I'm a teacup. Okay, never mind. Let's just move. Thank you for being, Chip. You really made my job easy because we didn't have time. I'm a teacup. Thanks, Chip. Anyway, let's take the mic away from Chip, please. I'm a teacup. Okay, that was me. That's a chip within me. So that could get me in there. No, Chip, I didn't. Chip, no, I'm sorry. Whoops, sorry. Like, Chip, no, I was speaking figuratively. It didn't mean you're a teacup. I can't ingest a teacup. I'm sorry, Chip. That was confusing. You're right. I was speaking of your spirit being within me. Hey, Chip, are you a teacup? Oh, yeah, great. Yes, you're doing a great job. By the way, probably the best teacup I've ever seen within this moment. Okay, see you, Chip. Where were we? Oh, but well, it's an important part of the intro. Most people don't like this show, particularly when they get here, because it is so different than what could be expected of a sleep podcast or a podcast in general. My voice is not traditionally soothing. It's creaky dulcet, maybe even croaky dulcet. So what I tell people is whatever brought you here, give the show a few tries and see how it goes, because it is very different. And that ends up what works about it for the people it works for. But it does take 2 or 3 tries. And then people kind of say after the second or third try, oh, now I had no idea that something like this could be out there. Or, yeah, he's kind of having half sensible. I mean, I wouldn't think to try to have a conversation with Mrs. Potts or Chip or Miss Potts. But he does. So, like, I didn't realize that it was always going nowhere. I'm a teacup, but yeah, or that would be like he doesn't. Once he gets, it is like wheels in the mud sometimes, spinning round and round. So yeah, it just takes some getting used to be like, oh, wait a second, okay, because when you first get here, you're probably tired. Skeptical, doubtful, maybe you're like a lot of us, you spent a lot of time and money on sleep-related things, and nothing has worked consistently. So just try the show out and see if it can work for you consistently. It just takes a couple tries to find out. And then if you already know, or you listen 2 or 3 tries and it doesn't work out, we have a website set up, sleepwithmepodcast.com/no thank you. And you answer like a couple questions on there and it'll bring you to a place where you can find other sleep podcasts and sleepy stuff. So everything I set up into this point, is still true. And by the way, if I do get an invite to the Furry Friends Castle, I think the invite extends to you as well. Even if you never listen to the show again, I still want you to get a good night's sleep. And I still believe you deserve rest. So that's one thing about the show. The other things that can throw you off, other than natural skepticism or doubt and frustration, is that this is a podcast you don't really listen to, but you could listen to it. So it is like a TV on in the other room, or that you're not paying attention to, or a show streaming under your pillow. Something on the breeze that you're paying attention to, or a friend that's not super interesting. And you say, hey, can you just tell me about whatever? Oh, yeah, I could. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I could tell you about whatever. And then you fall asleep, or a professor, or a meeting, or sand passing through your hands, out of focus picture. You can listen, but you don't need to listen. I'm here and I'm trying to barely engage you in a friendly way. This is also a sleep podcast that's been around since 2012, believe it or not. Is that really 2013, 2012 or 2014 or 13? Good question. I don't even know when I started it. I guess, I don't know. 12, I think 13 years ago, but it's a sleep podcast where there's no pressure to fall asleep. I'm not here to put you to sleep. I'm here to keep you company while you fall asleep. So again, I'll say it again. There's a reason the episodes are over an hour. There's no pressure to fall asleep. There's people listening who can't sleep at all, or who didn't need a break during the day, or have a job where they need something to listen to, or they're waking up in the middle of the night. And I'm here to the very end of these shows to keep you company whether you're awake or asleep, because my job is just to take your mind off stuff, to be your bore friend, your bore bae, your bore sib, your neighbor, your bore bee, your boreman, your bores, your Boris Borloff, your chairman of the boards, your best bore friend forever, to just keep you company and hang out with you. That's what a bore friend does. The other thing I like to run through in the intro is the structure of the show. It really can throw new listeners off. But this version of the show is what it can benefit the maximum amount of people because it's free to listen, or paying for the show is optional. Only rebellious people pay for free podcast. The coolest rebellious people. But so the show starts off with a greeting. Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, so you feel seen and welcomed in. Then there's support. Because there's a lot of people that are new who listen to the show, and there's a lot of people who can't afford to support a podcast, and there's a lot of people who just listen from time to time when they need it. And so it doesn't make sense for the show to be pay only. And the support, and particularly people that support the show, enable that. And those are the people that either choose to support the show because they don't want to listen to the ads, or for most of them, their life has been changed by the podcast. And they realize how much work it takes to make the show feel free and easy, and they want to support it back for them and everybody else that benefits. So that's the support. Then after the support is this long, meandering intro, which is over 20 minutes, I think. And it's where I introduce the podcast every single episode in a familiar way, but I go on a different tangent every time so that there's some like reassurance and familiarity and some variety, so that whatever it is that keeps you awake feels respected and feels like it has something new, so it can't quite point out the repetition, because that's one of the things that just never worked for me is loops or stuff that, I don't know, I just need a variety of stuff to help me fall asleep. Then there'll be some more support after. Oh, no, then the other reason the intro goes on and on and on, I forget to point this out, it's not meant to put you to sleep. While there is a small percentage of people that fall asleep during the intro, and we do encourage them to support the show if you fall asleep fast, most people are winding down, chilling out, getting ready for bed, in bed getting comfortable, doing some other relaxing activity as a part of their wind down routine. And the intro is kind of meant to be in sync with that, to give you a buffer between being awake and asleep to ease you into bedtime. So that's what the intro is really here to do. For all of us to spend some time together being silly like we're at a sleepover. Ideally, we do get maybe a permanent invite. I mean, I could run the show. I don't know what, it looked like a pretty nice part of the world too. I mean, I could tell you Gaston and I will not get along, but, that's fine. I think, I just my brow's already furrowed. I mean, I do have respect for the people that play Gaston, because I've seen YouTube videos. They say, well, they can do a lot of push-ups and they're very funny. And so probably harmless. I don't need to point out that out. But I just anticipating, say, okay, well, you got to avoid Gaston, but it shouldn't be too hard. Got to get invited first to find the castle. Fill my heart with wonder. Say, okay, can I take the wonder test? I think I've got it now. I mean, I don't know how far I got to fly. Do you have something? Is there a place I could get a wonder check here nearby home before I travel and say, okay, you're cleared for wonder. Okay. So that'd be another thing to keep an eye on. But what was I saying? I think structure of the show. Oh, the intro goes on and on and on to ease you into bedtime. I have no idea even where that stuff came from. Because we get to hang out and have fun together, where hopefully we'll be doing it one day, at least imaginarily, in this castle. Okay, so then there's support, and then after the support will be our episode. Originally, this intro is going to be for a succession of restful developments, but I think I'll do an episode somehow about this. And, all told, we'll be here over an hour to keep you company. So I'm really glad you're here. I really appreciate you stopping by. Myself and a team of people work really hard on the show. We really yearn and strive. We really want to help you fall asleep. And if this podcast has changed your life and continues to change your life on a regular basis, if you could, or you fall asleep very fast, which I guess it means it's changed your life on a regular basis, efficiently, if the podcast makes your life a lot better, if you could please consider supporting one of these sponsors, checking them out, or supporting the show. That's how we're able to be here for you and for all the other listeners. Thanks. Hey, everybody, Scoots here. This message is for super listeners. You listen all night long. You fall asleep fast. You listen 4, 5, 6, 7 nights a week. You've been listening longer than a year, longer than 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or longer. This message is for you if you're in one of those groups. And the thing is, only one person is going to pay attention and listen to me. That's a super listener. And I hope it's you. So you're a part of the show, right? And the show's a part of your life. And I'm wondering what the show gives you. Does it give you relief? Does it give you distraction? Does it have a positive impact on your nights and your days? Because if you've been listening, particularly for the last year, I've been leaning into the support hard because we need the support from the people that benefit the most. You'd miss the show if it was gone. You count on it. And if you don't want it to go away, if all that time you spend with the show is worth something to you, I need you to do something tonight. Ideally, if you're in a position to support the show directly right now, at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus, because it sounds like the show's made a huge difference in your life if you listen one of those ways. It brings you something real. It matters to you, right? So if it matters to you, tonight's the night to support it. Directly if you can, sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus, or by spreading the word about the show if you can't. But do not put it off if you're listening to me, if you're hearing me and you're agreeing with me. You're saying, yeah, I've been listening to the show 6 years. Yeah, I listen 4 nights a week. It's gotten me through the toughest times of my life. Of course it matters to me. And now you're making the connection, but it can change tonight. You could change the future of the show. Sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. And I want you to remember one more thing. It is important for Sleep With Me to be free. If the show wasn't free and out there, you would have never discovered it, right? It would have never changed your life. And by supporting the show, you keep it free for everybody else to discover it, too. Having this show free and available to everybody lets anybody who needs it find it. And you can be a part of that. Because when you first started listening, someone was supporting the show and keeping that warm door open in the deep, dark night so you could find it. So please consider it, but not tomorrow, not next week, tonight, right now, at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Thanks. Oh, Mystery Bart, a lot of people help out on the show. Who are they? Hey, everybody. This is Scoots here, and this is a Trending Tuesday style episode. And I'm not really sure where this is going to go. We've got questions about Be Our Guest. I was talking to Mrs. Potts, and I'm a teapot, Chip. I remember that part. You remembered I'm a teapot? Yeah, Chip, I remembered you're a teapot. It may be the most positive use of Chip. You're precocious, and I don't mean it. I mean it in like a wonderful way. I'm a teapot. Yeah, but you're also. I think if there's a joyous version of, if I could say the word precocious and mean it in a joyful way, I'm a teapot. Yeah. Okay. Great. Are you sure someone else hasn't done this bit before? Or that's why I find it so amusing. Here's a dated question, Chip. Do you like turtles? I'm a teapot. Actually, you're not. You're a teacup. So we just, oh boy, you're right. My mother's a teapot, though. Chip, you said something different. I'm a teacup. Hey, Chip, did you ever know, this isn't a setup for a joke, but it should be. Did you ever know when the dish ran away with the spoon? I'm a teacup. Yeah, we'll have to work on that. Well, welcome, everybody. So a couple things I think we should look at is I'm wondering, well, one, I haven't got access to the castle or any invites other than my interactions with Chip, which at this point, if they're being observed by Miss Potts or Mrs. Potts, I'm sure she'd be comfortable with this because I'm not, right, Chip? I'm a teacup. I mean, unless Miss Potts keeps track of how many jokes I missed that I should have, had. So here's where we're going to start. We're going to look up the lyrics of the regular Be Our Guest and do a little lyric dissection. But then we're going to look at what I thought was one, for me, archetypal Disney commercial, but really there's two versions and then an updated version I found. And the lyrics, I think, do change. So we'll go down that rabbit hole, and then we'll see where we're at. Believe it or not, this is the first big thing as far as performances go. I knew it was Angela Lansbury, but I had no idea that Jerry Orbach was Lumiere. And according to this thing, it is Mrs. Potts who originally sung Be Our Guest, Jerry Orbach. And what is the meaning of Be Our Guest? That you're welcome to do or take something. Okay, but where I'd like the lyrics. Here's a wiki page from a Disney wiki. Be Our Guest is a song written by Alan Menken and Howard Ashman for the 30th animated feature Beauty and the Beast, and recorded by Jerry Orbach and Angela Lansbury. It's an up-tempo Broadway and cabaret type song, and it's performed in the style of a large-scale musical number, which would become one. But in the animated movie, the castle staff and everybody works there, they're singing it to Belle in an attempt, according to this, to make her feel welcome. This was not what the Beast wanted. And Cogsworth tries to end the spectacle, but joins the fun. Okay, here's the lyrics. Here we go. Okay, so first, is this Lumiere? Wow, I got to watch this movie again to see Jerry Orbach doing a little French. Ma chérie, mademoiselle. It is with deepest pride and greatest pleasure that we welcome you tonight. And now we invite you to relax. Let's pull up a chair as your dining room presents your dinner. Now, remember in this movie, they give sentience well, it's not sentience, it's actual spell. It's interesting because I've been reading a lot of some fables lately. And, but yeah, so they're all, okay, so let's just take this first thing from Lumiere. When does Lumiere sing? Well, I thought Mrs. Potts sang this whole song. Okay, well, she sings later. Okay, so we're learning. But I was thinking we could learn a lot from this opening. So this is the eternal status I'm always trying to reach, right? When I make the show, but also out there in the world that I've been trying to actually work on actively. It is, I don't know if deepest pride, but for them it makes sense, right? This is like what brings them joy in the film, a fictional film, is to welcome a new guest to the castle, and greatest pleasure. And I think that's important. I mean, I guess the pride of being grounded in the moment, and then with great pleasure, this is really where I'm trying to get to, that of this idea of acts of service being what brings us true pleasure. Then we welcome you tonight, which is an important part of Sleep With Me. And an important part of the spirit of Sleep With Me, I'm trying to, because I'm like, I never thought that I compartmentalized my life, but I am much more, Sleep With Me brings out the best aspects of myself and some of the more challenging aspects as far as keeping the show going and stuff. But this aspect I'm trying to bring back to Sleep With Me, or deeper integration of it with Sleep With Me, and then in my regular life, is this idea that we welcome you tonight. Like Ruth King's book has this thing where she talks about, I see you, dear one. I'm here to help. Like this, and I'm trying to find a better way to embody that. So that's good. And then we invite you to relax. I mean, I guess that's a bit of synchronicity. Let us pull up a chair. So I didn't realize how connected. So, by the way, Mrs. Potts or whoever currently is the caretaker who gives the invites to the castle, we're pretty, I'm working and growing towards alignment with what you're doing there. So, maybe I'll maybe it won't be in an hour, but so we invite you to relax now and pull up a chair as our dining room proudly presents your bed. In this case, it would be your bedtime story. And it is a team of people that make the show, and I always get to speak on their behalf and the people that support the show, and they do proudly present. So I did not expect this. This is when I like to go into these Trending Tuesday episodes and just see where things go. Versus I had some other structures. I was like, well, I could do this or this. And it was like, it's not calling to me. So it's a little meta thing. Like, it's like, okay, well, let's look up the lyrics. Let's look up the YouTube commercials and let's go from there. Okay, so then Lumiere starts to sing. By the way, Lumiere is a candelabra. Oh, wait, they have more than one. Okay, wow. So... all right, there's multiple tabs of lyrics. Interesting. So we'll go through this tab and then maybe we'll see what we got. Okay, this is where I was questioning. Be our guest, to put our service to the test. Okay, so I guess it's said in not jest, but he's like, I really want you to enjoy yourself. Well, let's keep reading, right? Put your napkin round your neck, Sherry, and we provide the rest. Soup du jour. Warm hors d'oeuvres, why we only live to serve. Try the gray stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me, ask the dishes. Okay, so looking at that one, that's what I guess I was curious in the intro what it brought up was like, do I have to, if I put your service to the test, magic to, I thought she said magic to the test. Maybe that's just in the commercial or maybe that's Mrs. Potts' part. But yeah, by the way, if you have a castle with this kind of service, I would love to put this service to the test. But then I think I'm looking at this through a metaphorical lens of where I'm at right now recording the show in early March of 2026 and figuring out the balance in my life of making a podcast that's service to others, but within, the constraints of actually doing that. And kind of doing it in my own life, but with doing it in the middle path. I don't know if this episode will come out before or after we did the episode about author from Voyager. And I don't know who I'm quoting, but he said, hey, if there's two paths and you're kind of like, which path should I take? Take the third path, the middle one. And I'm thinking about how to do that, like as far as service to others, right? Because there's a difference between being of service to other people and for intangible, I don't know, for me at least, versus feeling obliged or doing it for pleasing of people reasons, or like to fill a void in me versus to help them with a void in them. I don't know. So, I don't know. Other things I'm just curious about. But again, if Lumiere, if you actually exist, well, I don't know. How would I handle being in a castle where all of them, I think I'd be okay. But for Belle, it has to be surprising still. But they are saying, hey, don't worry. Oh, by the way, try the gray stuff. It's delicious. I use that as a line all the time in places, probably on this show. And I did make the gray stuff based on like the restaurant, maybe before I'd even eaten at the restaurant. I think for my daughter's birthday one time. And I can't even remember all of the ingredients, but I remember it's pretty good. It was a little bit like somewhere between a frosting and a pudding. More on the frosting side, or like in a sandwich cookie, though I think it was like open faced, but you could also make it as a frosting for cupcakes. But yeah, it's not that hard to make the gray stuff. I just can't even remember what goes into it other than, sandwich cookies themselves, I believe. Okay, so they can sing, they can dance. Oh, wait, did I? Yeah. Don't believe me, ask the dishes. So that says that the dishes have consumed the gray stuff as well. But I guess, like, if they're the dishes, it would also be on their face, technically. So they couldn't help but taste it. They can sing, they can dance. After all, miss, this is France. And the dinner here is never second best. Now, here's an interesting piece that I think I can remember it in the animated part, but go ahead, unfold your menu, take a glance, and then you'll be our guest, be our guest. Okay, so that's interesting to me because usually when you go to, I've never been to any, I've been to, I don't know, have I been, I think I went to like Windsor Castle or something like that on a tour, but there's more of a home or a palace. So I've never been a guest at a castle. I was a paying tour member there. And I haven't been to a lot. That may be the only one. And I may be getting that wrong as usual. It was more like a museum. It was cool. So I haven't been in a castle or any situation. I think I've ever even been in a situation like this. But I don't associate dinner parties with menus. But I would love this if it was like, oh yeah, you're a guest of our castle. You're my guest. This is just projecting. Like, let's say our furry friend became whatever. I don't know if was he a prince or what. I guess like the message of the story too is that you should always be in, like he wasn't welcoming an unexpected guest. And then they sang the song, cast a spell on you or whatever. And then he became a furry friend. But if I was like, because I'm not a great guest because of my own thinking, thoughts, feelings, physical sensations. But this would be cool if it was like, oh yeah, no, you're a guest of mine. You're a guest of my castle. But it's also kind of like a hotel. Like, yeah, there's the dining room. We could schedule some meals together, but if you want to go down there, there's a lunch menu, a breakfast menu, and a dinner menu. On the weekends, there's only brunch and dinner, but, so I would like that. Okay. Take a glance, and so here's the first test that we know of. If you take a glance at the menu, you're their guest, right? Is there any, put our service to the test. Okay, put your napkin around your neck. Okay, so here, if we're projecting this as like a SAT type question, just preparing ourselves, put a napkin on and what does it say? And unfold your menu, okay? Also pay attention, smile, try the gray stuff. Okay, so these are possible things we would need to do. Put tie your napkin round your neck, Cherie. Maybe you call me Andy, and we'll provide the rest. Soup du jour, hot hors d'oeuvres. Why we only live to serve? Question mark. So that more question mark is no. There's something more happening at this castle, which in Belle's case was the actual story. In my case, is say, well, you're here to learn how to be more welcoming, Scoots, and Drew in your real life. Okay, but then the next instruction is try the gray stuff. Or if you say, nah, then ask the dishes about it. So I just want to make sure if we're on a decision tree quest here. If this is a quest and we're giving the song is giving us the answers to the quest, don't know if I'm familiar enough with the film to see how this plays out in the story, but could this be the whole story being unlocked in the song? Okay, well, you can put their service to the test by trying the gray stuff or asking the dishes, tying your napkin around your neck, and then unfolding your menu, taking a glance. So you can't just unfold your menu or just take a glance. You have to unfold your menu, take a glance. Now, I don't know if that's a technicality, like only a glance. Okay, then I think they're singing the menu maybe. Beef ragu, cheese souffle, pie and pudding en flambe. We'll prepare and serve with flair a culinary cabaret. Oh, so they're also addressing, this is good. So this is like very fit. Hey, it's in Sleeping Beauty's case, it would be, it's a deep, dark night and you're having feelings. Or in the real world, hey, real world's not easy for anybody and you've got feelings. But the banquet's all prepared. No one's gloomy or complaining while the flatware's entertaining. So I guess that's another thing to just be evocative of for me. Okay, let's keep an eye on that gloominess and that complaining. Remember, the flatware is entertaining. We do jokes. I tell tricks I do tricks, not tell tricks, with my fellow candlesticks. Okay, so that's interesting. There's other candlesticks involved. I don't know if there are other candelabras or not. And it's all in perfect taste. So again, like, we're going to do our best to meet your expectations. You can bet, come on, lift your glass. You've won your own free pass to be our guest. Okay, so let's just run through in case I missed anything other than you do have to lift your glass. That's clear to free pass the castle. But the hard part is she's already in the castle. But maybe that's is this some sort of, are these the keepers of the threshold? Is this the first thing that happens when she goes in? I think it is because Chip's like, I'm a teacup, Mom. And she says, no, you have other lines. Chip, did you learn your lines? I'm a teacup. Okay, Chip. Well, yeah, she's here. We'll see. Maybe she's the one we've been waiting for. And by the way, as an aside, that is kind of what I am trying to learn how to be better at with everyone I encounter, whether they have overflowing cup of humanity like I do, or their humanity is a little bit more measured out, like to say, as they say, no one's gloomy. I don't know. They're so happy she's there. Oh, you're the one I've been waiting for. That is kind of what I'm striving towards that I'll never reach, right? Is having that attitude, at least for 1% of me about most things. And that's just what I would like. That's how I'd like to live my day to day. So this song's really helpful. Okay, unfold your... I'm just double-checking any of the rules, though, because I'd really like to get in on this. Okay, where's that? Okay, so I don't see anything other than come on and lift your glass. You've won your own free pass to be our guest. Okay. And then if you're feeling it, right, thoughts, feelings, physical sensations, it's fine dining we suggest. So, I mean, I guess in this case, it would be bedtime stories. Be our guest, be our guest, be our guest. Okay, whoa, boy, this one is interesting. Lumiere says this. So Lumiere is singing from this place of like, if this is a metaphor for talk about making it about me, but if this is about a metaphor for me about trying to be at least evocative of a spirit of service to others, a balanced, grounded spirit of service to others, which actually this is the song in itself is actually that. Lumiere is singing that the lack of that has actually been wearing on them. Not like he's saying, I'm not whole without being of service. And that is causing me feelings. So this is interesting. Then Cogsworth says, please leave me alone. So maybe Lumiere is dancing with Cogsworth. Those good old days when we were useful. So this is, I think, when he's singing in that cabaret style, maybe. Those good old days are gone. And Cogsworth is reacting to him. 10 years we've been rusting, needing so much more than dusting, needing exercise and a chance to use our skills. So again, okay, this isn't part of the test to get into the castle, but it's like, maybe this is, I do like to try to use proxies for my feelings or whatever. So Lumiere may be a good proxy, because he never seemed to be the smoky song about a singing entertainer, or wait, there's two different songs, right? There's a song about tracks, and then there's a song about the watering eyes of an entertainer. So I don't know if Cogsworth is exactly that, or Lumiere. But he says, most days we just lay around the castle, but now you walked in. Okay, so that now Mrs. Potts comes in, and she says, it's a guest. Sakes alive, well, I'll be blessed. Wine's been poured. Thank the Lord. I have had the napkins freshly pressed. Now she's anticipating. With dessert, she'll want tea. And my dear, that's fine with me. While the cups do their soft shooing, I'll be bubbling, I'll be brewing. Oh, because she's a teapot. I'll get warm, tea. Is that a spot? Okay, so she's also doing her job. Clean it up. We want the company impressed. We've got a lot to do. Is it one lump of sugar or two for you, our guest? Okay, so at this point, she's become a guest because Mrs. Potts confirms she's passed the test. It's a guest. Then the chorus later says, she's our guest. Mrs. Potts confirms that. Then they say, be our guest. Okay, then Cogsworth is trying to intervene. Then they say, be our guest. Let us know what you want us to do. It's been 10 years since we had anybody here, and we're feeling pretty strongly about it. With your meal, with your ease, while the candlelight's still glowing, let us help you. We'll keep going. So they're very happy. I mean, they've been waiting for this, which is like what I'm hoping to find when I go from like 1% of gleeful service, particularly in my day-to-day life, or when it's a challenging situation. Making the show is a little bit more contextual service that I can get into because it's so relatable. Yeah, I've been there. Listeners have been there. But when I'm out there in the world, it's a little bit different, or when I feel like things aren't going my way. So this is good, that they're saying, hey, yeah, this missing thing inside, it's just being a service, and joyful service. And again, there's a difference. And I know that the context is, this is a piece of fiction. So I'm just looking at it from a metaphorical lens, not a historical lens at all. Like, because say, well, does Mrs. Potts, how's our furry friend's room compared to Mrs. Potts and Chip's room, That's a whole nother thing. Wait a second. You're a teacup. I'm a teacup. Yeah. Okay, great. Did you like singing in this song? I'm a teacup. You say, yeah, okay, yeah, it's good. Okay, so then Lumiere and the chorus sing again, chorus by chorus, one by one, until you're finished. And then we'll sing you off to sleep as you digest. Tonight you'll prop your feet up, but for now, let's eat up. Be our guest. Please be our guest. Okay, so the passing of the test, I mean, I may be missing something, but I guess the keys, let's check these other versions if they're different at all. Okay, so did I lose that? Lyrics, okay, original draft, esteemed dining room. It seems monsieur instead of mon chéri. Okay, don't believe me, ask the dishes. After all, this is France. Go on, unfold your menu, take a glance, then you'll be our guest. Don't believe me, try the gray stuff. Put our okay, so again, this draft version, put our service, try the gray stuff, or ask the dishes. Unfold your menu, take a glance. We'll prepare. Yes, you're cold. Yes, you're wet, but we'll help you to forget. You won't know outside it's storming when the silverware's performing. So I like that. Okay. Come on and lift your glass. You've won your own free pass to be our guest. Okay. Needing a lot of this is similar. Okay. All right, so that looks pretty good. Let's keep moving, though. I don't know how I didn't realize how many versions of this song there are. Okay, the album version. Invite you to relax. Let's pull up a chair. Dining room. Not the brining room. That's where they make pickles in the brining room. Sherry. Okay, so yeah, tie your napkin. That was one they didn't have there. Try the gray stuff. Ask the dishes. Unfold your menu. Take a glance. Okay, so was that all of it? Yeah. And then lift your glass. So these are the keys. Like if you get in this situation, I mean, one, be a good audience member for the dish, for everybody. And then put the service to the test, but you're going to do that by putting your napkin around your neck, then either trying the gray stuff or asking the dishes if it's delicious. Or you could do both, but I would probably try it right away. I don't know what I would do. I guess I'd have to look at it, even though I've seen it in my own context. Unfold your menu, take a glance, then you'll be our guest. But then you have to come on and lift your glass. That may be just to confirm you've won your pass. Okay, here's the demo. Be our guest, be our guest. Tie your napkin around. Still Monsieur. So I don't know, maybe that was when her dad arrived first. I don't know. Try the gray stuff, ask the dishes. Unfold your menu, take a glance. Come on and lift. Okay, so still same thing. Okay, next up, Broadway version. Invite you to relax, pull up a chair, put our service to test, napkin, check. Try the gray stuff. Chip, you've got lines in the Broadway version. I do. Yeah. Okay, so Chip says it is delicious. You sing that, huh? I'm on Broadway. Yeah, that's great, Chip. Chip, by the way, I'm a teacup. Are you a little is your mother a teapot? I'm a little teacup. You're short. I wouldn't say you're stout though. You're somewhat delicate, Chip, and that's clear because you're a little teacup with the name of Chip. And if the stuff goes by the chip, it goes drip, drip, drip. Why don't you let Alan Menken Yeah, thanks, Chip. Anyway, let's go. There's a Mickey PhilharMagic version. Okay, so this, I think they sing to Donald Duck. Okay, pride and pleasure, we welcome you tonight. Be our guest. Put our service to the test. Donald Duck's excited. Put a napkin around your neck, Sherry. Try the gray stuff. Ask the dishes. And Donald seems to be, he's trying to get the sorcerer hat in this movie. So he interrupts things, grabbing the hat after he's probably tried the gray stuff or asked the dishes, or maybe he forgot to do both those things. Then we'll sing you off. So he does not get a free pass. So here's this one. So Donald tries to get the hat. Then he runs into a pie. So, okay, so this is pretty clear that the key, he did put his napkin on. I'm not sure, according to the lyrics or my memory, if he tried the gray stuff or asked the dishes if it was delicious. But after that, he does not follow along. He's not a good audience member paying attention. And then he does not unfold his menu and take a glance. So things doesn't work out. So that's a confirmation. Mickey and the Magician, that must have been a show. Okay, put your napkin around your neck. Soup du jour. Try the gray stuff. Ask the dishes. Unfold your menu. Take a glance. Lift your glass. You've won your free pass. Okay, so that's another. So this is kind of like Goonies, like in The Lion King. It's just a quick thing. Okay, what do we else got? The Wonderful World of Songs. I think this is another straight ahead version. Okay, just checking with the... this is a short version. Okay, so maybe not. Okay, so put our service to the test. Take your napkin. Try the gray stuff or ask the dishes. Unfold your menu. Take a glance. So that is a key part. So I don't even know. In this version, you don't have to lift your glass. Okay, the Descendants have a version. Okay, pull up a chair. Be our guest. Be our guest. Only live to serve. Try the gray stuff. Ask the dishes. Unfold your menu. Take a glance, and then you'll be our guest. Come on and lift your glass. Okay, so the Descendants version is still the same, too. Okay, so that's a good confirmation. Now, let's go to this Disney stuff, which I had hit search before. I got to turn the volume off on this thing and hope that... Okay, so there's a 1993 one. Then it looks like there's a 1994 one. Then there's a 10 years ago, so a 2016 one, 92, 93. And, I mean, one of these is just, we can't even, but let's start with the first one from 1993 that comes up. And I'm going to get a full screen here. It's got a little ad running first. And I don't know if this will have, does it have any... closed captions? No. Okay, so it starts off with a zoom of Main Street and the castle. Then it zooms in, and then it gives a portal to Disney and Minnie dancing. And this does look like, okay, so 1993, I had been to Disney within the last 3 years, somewhere between 1991 and 1995. I probably went to Disney twice within 1991 and 1996. Don't know any dates beyond that. Oh, boy, I do know that just tried to turn the volume up on me. But there's like this surprise parade or whatever. This is on Main Street. So Mickey and Minnie are dancing. Then they have the Disney MGM Studios Beauty and the Beast show. Then... this is cute and iconic, or at least for me it was. There's a dad and a son, and really well shot in the daytime with the gardens and foliage behind them. The dad and the son have matching sky bluish Mickey shirts on. And this, again, was the 90s, so the kid has, like, striped socks on. Can't see the dad's socks at this point. And the dad is putting the son on his shoulders, or a child, I guess I shouldn't say a son, but, or his son, but maybe. I mean, they do have matching shirts on, so, and the son is holding an ice cream cone. Okay, then it cuts to... and again, I'm making assumptions based on the commercial. There's a mother or a mother figure in a Goofy hat, which makes it look like she's wearing Goofy on her hat, hugging a son with a sideways cap on. So far these things happen, but I'll do a commentary. Then there's an awesome thing. 9 seconds into the commercial, there's a kid on the carousel waving to someone with the camera. He's a young kid, I don't know, somewhere between 1st and 5th grade. Not good at those ages anymore. And he has on like a turquoise shirt, like a shirt you'd wear in Florida. And he is waving at the camera so gleefully and joyfully. Then we have Mickey. looking at the camera somewhere on the shores of Seven Seas Lagoon, and Mickey winks at the camera, which was like this brief period, I think, where Mickey had a face, like a workable, blinkable eyes, maybe even movable eyes. I think they moved back to that point, at least in the shows, they even have moving mouths. I don't know. But they've gone back and forth. But then you think, this is 93. I don't know. Okay, then they have people riding Star Tours, which must have been new. Then they have people running the version of Tiana's before it was Tiana's, which must have been new. It's a really good shot, too, because it's like a dad or a father figure and a daughter figure. The daughter figure has on overalls, so that's pretty early 90s. The dad has on a print shirt, and they both are like saying, whoa, this is fun. Okay, this is the first piece that's, the other stuff is somewhat realistic. I mean, I'll get to that point, but this part is not realistic. And it is like, I think like, again, this exists in all commercials, but, like Ray would have a lot to say about this. But so there's two children in matching red striped shirts, and they're walking up to someone who sells balloons, and she's like kneeling down and handing them balloons, and there's no exchange of money that we see on camera. I mean, I guess that's it, but on camera, I said, wait a second, she's just handing the kid a balloon, like there's no adult around, and it seems like the kids just walked up to her, which in my childhood mind would say, oh, adult, I mean, these commercial, well, let's just keep going because we're only halfway through this. So next up is a golfer, and Mickey's his caddy. So it's like, okay, I mean, that could be possible. Out of everything realistic, I'm sure if you were a golfer of means and you wanted to pay a Mickey to caddy for you, you could do that. Okay, then the next sequence is a greeter at what I assume is the Grand Floridian. And I don't know if they still have that, but I know the Porter, like, because I've never stayed at the Grand Floridian. I've visited people that stayed there. Unfortunately, they used to have an orchestra. They got rid of that. And it'd be great if they got that back, especially for the holidays. But I think they do have a greeter. They did, whose job is just to greet people, not even checking into the hotel. And I was going to say that Port Orleans French Quarter has that sometimes. There's a person walking around just greeting you when you come into the hotel, handing out beads or coins, checking on people, like kind of entertainment, but of a welcoming entertainment. Then there's a big railroad. Then there's, something that doesn't exist, or a couple things that I don't think exist anymore. But we missed one thing. This is so there's, catamarans. You can't go in the water anymore. It used to be able to go in the, like, catamarans or water skiing or the little boats. And it's just because of the quality of the water. Don't let anybody tell you any different, but it's just not, the water doesn't get enough flow. So, but yeah, so so they have catamarans, which you used to be able to rent, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't, then they have another unrealistic thing. Well, I guess it's not unrealistic. There's two twins, it looks like, who are like pretty, like post-toddler. So kindergarten to second grade, and Minnie's greeting them at a brunch. Okay, so that does happen. So this is realistic. You just have to book a character breakfast, but they do come to your table, and they do hug you. Then Goofy is water skiing, and like that just doesn't happen. I mean, even in a show anymore, I don't think. But yeah, you used to be able to go water skiing. Couldn't water ski with Goofy. I mean, yeah, well, you probably could if you were of means. Okay, then the next one is like an iconic image. This one is of a girl running to Cinderella. And she's running to Cinderella pretty quickly, and Cinderella has open arms and is taking her in her arms. And I don't know that this could be staged, but it's just not how character interactions work. But I will say, when my daughter, this girl looks a little bit more, third, fourth, fifth grade. But again, I'm not good at ages. But when my daughter was really into this stuff, we went to a princess meal at DCA, and she did have this experience. Now, she didn't run to the princess. I think it was like, I don't know who greeted you first. I think maybe they switched it up. But she got to hug the princess, and to her, it was like meeting like someone right out of like her books and her stories and her films. So it was very cute. And this is like not totally unrealistic because it's capturing a feeling. And then, I mean, this is a cool, iconic shot that we've seen sometimes, but it has Mickey on top of Spaceship Earth, and it's pretty cool because it's pre-drone era by like a long shot. I don't know if we see this anymore or like how you could do that, right? Because it'd be like, yo, I want to do that. Okay, so that's the end of that one. But, I wanted to check the comments because I think in the comments they had the lyrics, comments 12. Okay, so someone in there, they edited it too. Be our guest, put our magic to the test. So my thoughts about the magic were based on my assumption that, put our magic to that test. Okay, so for Disney World, maybe this is why I haven't had any of these experiences. Bring a heart that's full of wonder and let Disney do the rest. So I have to have a heart that's full of wonder. So I'm trying, I guess that's this whole episode's about. I'm trying to foster a heart full of wonder. So working on it. Or you could just pay, right? But if you have a heart that's full of wonder, as Ray would say, you probably have more fun. You're away from it all. Give it up and have a ball. The service here is never second best. That's, I think, hopefully they return to that. Like when I'm recording this, they have a new CEO, and maybe he kind of goes in that direction versus quarterly bonuses, like which maybe you could have both, right? But instead of buying back like shares, you could try to pay people for the wonderful service they could provide. It's just to laugh and sing. We've thought of everything. Be our guest, be our guest, be our guest. And yeah, it could be nostalgia for me. That's like, oh, service was different back then, but I don't know. So hopefully it goes back in that direction where you get these kind of acts of service that you're paying for, but whatever. Okay, so that was one commercial. Not too egregious, but now we get this other one, which we've seen. This one is really, so it starts with a bellhop in a traditional bellhop outfit. There's a room with a couch, and a kid is running to his mother, who takes, or mother figure, who takes the kid in her arms. Then the bellhop opens the balcony doors, and the room has a view of the castle with their balcony, which I think this is like the same place if they actually film the parade, or they do like remote broadcasts, like maybe it's somewhere on Main Street. The main issue I have with this is that it's totally unrealistic. And it does create because I think the mistake there is that, I guess I would have less of a problem with it if it was like, oh no, they do have that room, but it's like, 5-6 figures a night to stay there. I probably would be more okay with that, because it would create a fantasy of like, whatever that's called, where you're, maybe one day I could do that or whatever, even if it was not achievable, versus it's just blatantly not possible. or they say, well, technically you can see the castle from, and I say, okay, whoa. And I think they are moving in this direction, which other versions of the parks that I've never been to, like in France, but Universal did it with Epic. And in fact, with Epic, they did both. Like they had, like, cause I think I recorded an episode. I don't even know if that one got edited. I have to find that episode. But I recorded an episode from a room. Did I record a whole episode? Those walking distance to Epic, like a Universal Value Hotel. That's like literally a 5-minute walk away. But anyway, this one and the kid looks at the castle. So it's not like, it's a confirmation. Then he also gets a balloon seemingly free. Oh, wait. Yeah. Then he rides a ride with Goofy. Now, again, I think it doesn't make it seem like, I don't know. I'm not really, like, these are my impressions even as a kid when I was watching this. Well, I probably wasn't a kid. I should have been an adult or 17, 18. But it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. If someone an adult was golfing with Mickey, and let's say that cost 4 or 5 figures, high fours. I mean, I would guess mid 4 at least. No, because the performance fee for someone should be around, mid 4 to low 5 figures. So, I don't know what it would be to like ride 5 rides with again, they'd have to, they wouldn't be able to do it. So, okay, then he's in the China Pavilion playing a game with one of the performers. Then he's at MGM Studios or someplace watching an animator. So again, they're like, oh, this ad's just metaphorical through the child's eyes. Because, you could watch animators. I mean, I think they just got rid of that. Maybe at Disneyland. They have it now or last I had it was at Rafiki's Planet Watch in Disney World. But at a time, like as part of the studio tour, the animation tour, you were supposed to be able to watch live animators, and then you could take a class from an animator. Oh, no, I think they're doing it with like an animatronic or something. But anyway, this kid's like sitting at the guy's desk with his mom watching, and he makes Lumiere. Then the kid does it. Now, this next one's realistic. It's a slide at French Quarter, and the kid's going down the slide. Then he turns, and Mickey runs to him or comes up to him and gives him a hug. Now, again, I guess this kind of happens, but not outside, like as a surprise, or maybe it does occasionally. Okay. Just this kid's getting unbelievably lucky. Okay, so I could go say that Mickey's hugging him. Then there is this cute thing where he tucks in his doll, and then we see it. Okay, I got to finish up here because we're over time, but let me look at this last one because it's like about Fast Pass when it was free. But it's a new version of it. Now I can't find it. 1990, 70th. Oh, here's one from 1 year ago. I may have lost the other commercial. Let me just see what this one is. This is another family with an animated Goofy, but I don't know if the song is actually there or not. Let's just take a look. Oh, this is Disneyland. Okay, shows a parade. Kids dancing with Snow White. No. Mickey hugging a kid. Oh, yeah, this is based on it, though. Okay, well, I don't know. That one, that's Tiana's, so it's a modern ad, only a year old. That's for Disneyland. I will say that Disneyland has way more, I've talked about it a lot, or Ray has way more performers and stuff. So anyway, I guess that's a little bit about BR, I guess. I think it's more important for me to look at it of like, one, if it becomes an actual encounter, we've got to remember, be present as an audience member. Then just listen to whatever Lumiere says. Put my napkin on, try the gray stuff, or ask the dishes if I don't believe him. unfold your menu, take a glance. I think that was it. And then raise your glass. But is that part of the necessary test or a sign that you've completed the test? And the other proof is that Donald did not do that. So now I have to look at what in my regular day-to-day life how is Lumiere calling me and Mrs. Potts and Chip. Right, Chip? I'm a teacup. That's right, Chip. Maybe I could just say that to myself, because one other thing is for me is working on pausing in the moment and grounding myself so I can see my own thoughts and feelings and just be there for them and then be there to be present. So I can just say I'm a teacup. But then really trying to find within me or connect within me to the joy of opportunities to be in the moment and then be like, is this also offering me opportunity to be a service? So I guess that's it. Thanks, everybody, and good night. Thanks for being my guest here on Sleep With Me. Good night.